So, it's going to be what mudgolems run here, which I only imagine, folk, this is happening because they just don't want to play a core bristle into a qojqva invoker.
That's what I'm thinking as well. I mean, I don't really see why, another reason why they would have switched that up, but I think it's also that they're... I think it's also just that they didn't really want to have their two supports be these super squishies, is the other thing too. I think if they did have the Lina and the Rupik as the two supports, this PA can just jump from target to target and kill them. Lina being a core, sure, you're still the squishy core, but the way that we've seen Boranya is itemize, he always builds just like bots into this very tanky first item, so he can play around a little bit better. I think that's the other reason. But yeah, the qojqva, 100% agree with you. A lot of heroes that just get owned by the EMP this game. And I've seen them run this before. They've actually had Boxy play it a couple of times before, and he is actually going to be playing the mid lane this game, though, rather than putting it in that top. It's too good of a side lane Death Prophet game versus a 5-position Bristleback. You now have the best. You have such a fantastic target to Spirit Siphon in lane always, and you get free stick charges the whole lane.
Yeah, this is going to be very peculiar to Sinus armor. He's going to be able to slow and reduce armor of people. He's going to be a support that's maybe a little harder to kill, but as a support he's going to be under-leveled, so I will see. I mean, Zafada's come up with some crazy stuff. Some of it's worked out brilliantly, and some of it has not worked out. So we'll see which way this one swings.
I mean, I'm so curious to see this all play. I mean, I look at Liquid's lineup and I'm like, damn, this is a very strong Liquid draft. It's all across the board. It hits every box. They're a little bit lacking on frontline, right? They don't have that tanky frontline for themselves. They have the Death Prophet who can pseudo build items to become that frontline. So yeah, at least they have that.
And they've got the Oracle to back the DP up, right? So
exactly.
The Oracle can enable one of these heroes to be very aggressive in the fights.
Yeah. They have they have the good silence coming in between this top lane too to deal with the Tidehunter. So instead of poking damage on him, you just silence him and don't ever hit him afterwards. Kraken Shell's not gonna be able to dispel the silence if you don't hit him. It's always useful. But yeah, I'm eyes on Fada. I'm really just so
Tiger and Box, Tiger and qojqva have both got the sticks, of course.
Of course.
So,
it's
what's he gonna do? Let's have a look.
I don't know. We'll see. Yeah. Mid lane, we'll see how Boxy's able to do versus Boranya in this matchup. Can be a pretty tough lane for the Invoker. You start to obviously always catch back up, and just getting those last hits can just be a problem versus Lina.
Oh, here we go.
Top, let's see what the goo. There it is. Versus a TP.
All right. It's pretty good.
Goo is pretty broken, as we say. Goo is one of the most OP level 1 abilities in the game, if you can get kills out of it.
Yes. Otherwise, as you say, you're just going to be given stick charges.
Yep.
No. I know, but I kind of just sort of want to keep my eyes on that top lane. But looking at the other lanes, what would you sort of expect out of this laning stage? Anyone going to struggle?
Boxy on the Invoker. I think he's going to struggle the most. I'm pretty sure. I would say that Mick is going to be able to start catching up and farm decently versus the Tidehunter. It's actually, dude, Magic Wand. This might be the best Magic Wand game I've ever seen. There's Tidehunter, there's Bristleback, there's PA, there's Oracles. There's just everyone spamming spells in the side lanes. But yeah, I think Mika is going to be able to farm. 33 is also going to farm fine down here. And Sanya has to just watch out. He doesn't die. Milan has to watch out for his positioning. He supports in particular.
I mean, I'm just this top lane is just constantly seeing heroes with 10 stick charges every minute or every second.
Bottom's the same.
Yeah.
It's the stick war. It really is the stick war of this game. As Boxy. His courier.
He's going to feed it.
He's going to get it.
He's going to feed it. That's the no talisman recipe as well. So I'll be able to finish off that extra bit of stats to help him in the laning. And bottom lane, both of them going at it here, Mickey and Milan. Pushing each other to the limits, and those sticks certainly being tested.
I mean, this is Fada's actually making the space. Like, look at Skeeter's farm. He's getting uncontested farm up here.
It's working. It is, yeah. Who cares how many stick charges these two have? As long as you're able to push them away, and the Spectre's able to free farm, your job's being done as a support.
Yeah, they're coming out. I mean, all 3 lanes look like they're gonna win, but that's the big thing, right? It's what's it gonna do after the laning phase? What's Fada really gonna start impacting? Because I mean, he is definitely securing the farm for Skeeter. He's getting good pulls off the side too. He's forcing the wave in with his quills. Not too shabby.
Yeah, mid still having Boxy suffering quite a bit actually against Boranya.
Skeeter, he gets kicked under tower. Actually, not in tower range, just short of it.
Sal's out. Actually, wait, I just heard a double sal.
I did too.
I definitely heard a double sal. Who salved? Was it one of mudgolems as well? I think Fada might have salved. Then he got countered.
Peter, they're going for him again to kick back. They've got the siphon. They've got a second siphon if they want to use it too. They're going to use it.
They should have this with the crit swarm. They do. Liquid getting first blood on Skeeter, despite Skeeter getting all that far. Liquid still very much having the tools to kill this Spectre.
And even though Fada, he may be able to spam them with quills and give some space, he can't stop them from getting aggressive as again, now they're looking for Fada.
Dead as well there, by the looks of it. Yeah, he certainly is. This level 2 Bristol can't do much other than run around.
He'll make him work for it though, and the dagger's gonna come in.
This is gonna be another kill for this top lane. 2 kills for qojqva early on in this lane.
This is the weirdest lane I've ever seen, but I love it. Seeing Insania getting quite a lot of pulls off down bottom, so experience, they are leading in experience a little bit on the side of Liquid down bottom because of all these pulls, but because it's a Rubik and a Tidehunter, they're able to always take those and get their spam off too. 33. Look at the item he's queuing up this game. We've seen this a few times, I feel like, from some of these players. Just they lack some tower push with their lineup.
Yeah,
just buy a meteor hammer.
Okay. Yeah. I mean, it wasn't on a tide, was it? There was some of a... I believe, was it Boxy actually when he was playing? Someone playing Mars, right? Someone played Mars and they rushed Meteor Hammer. Was that 33 or was it someone else?
Was it Saberlight? I can't remember, but I remember.
No, I think it was Toby on Viking, wasn't it?
Oh, yep, I think you're right.
Yeah, mid lane Boranya. They've got the combo. Tiger comes in with the rotation. TP's coming in to try and bat Boranya up, but he's got the bottle charges. He's going to be able to live. And they might actually be able to turn here. Light Track Ray actually off the mark though. Boxing with a nice little sidestep. Will dodge the stun, and they won't be able to turn and kill it.
A little bit of miscoordination there coming in between Mudgolems. Fada bringing it to Taiga. Taiga will roll away. He'll be fine. Still leading in all these 3 lanes, even despite all those kills happening.
I'll be very intrigued, yeah, the 30... The one thing that I am a little worried about, though, about the Meteor Hammer, if I'm honest with you, is the fact that you are doing it against a Quasworks Invoker, right? And already your mana pool's not great, and it costs 125 mana to use the Meteor Hammer, so... You're already working with very minimal mana, and you're sort of adding something else in the mix to try and utilize it. It could get a little bit tricky for 33 against EMPs.
It's good. It is good stats, though. It does give you good stats and mana regen and stuff like that. That's why people do like it so much. Skeeter, again, Fada, he moves away from the lane for a moment. They're going to use multiple siphon charges to try to go for this kill. qojqva actually committing the 3rd one.
What a mango. And so he's got that extra bit of burst. As they roll in, crit swarm out. They'll do the job. Skeeter's down. Towhead's coming in onto Tiger. He'll fall it. And already with the TP out, qojqva's able to get back to base, reset. I mean, they're doing a good job of killing the Spectre early on. It's 2 times now they've been able to push him out of that lane.
Yeah, getting qojqva very, very nicely enabled, almost up to level 6 on this death prophet. The Spectre's farm is still pretty decent. He's only slightly slowed down behind the PA because of those deaths. But yeah, qojqva getting levels, getting farm. And then they forced the TP rotation too. They forced the movement from the Rubik. Can't actually punish 33 at all because of the build. He's gone the 1-3-1 build, fully survivable. Raindrop, 20 wands, and a raindrop. I just said raindrop twice. Perseverance, 20 wand, and a raindrop.
Yeah, he's, as you say, basically unkillable down here, unless they get some big rotation from Boxy at qojqva.
Not meant to be.
I mean, Meteor Hammer timing is going to be really strong with his first few Ravages as well. Like, just Ravage into Meteor Hammer, it will connect pretty decently, too. He's got it done already, so.
All right, yeah, we'll see if we can set something up with that, as you say.
Mid lane.
The MP down, they're low on the mana, but the sick charges are there. Is it enough to burn him? It's not. There's Insania in with the save, pops that Fate Edict, protecting Tiger from the Dragon Slave. Tiger's able to get away from the 3 of them coming in.
Another messed up combo coming out from Mudgolems, though. The lift into stun off the mark for a 2nd time. Milan and Bora just not having the same coordination as usual. And let's see if they do look to make a play down bottom with this Ravage and with this Meteor Hammer. They could look to punish Mikke if Boranya has mana, if he's able to find this bottom rune, and he does, he gets a regen, he might be able to set up down here with this Meteor Hammer Ravage combo.
Dire's middle tower is under
They
attack.
actually catches Mickey too, so a lot of harassment going on to him. He's gonna start getting pushed out of the wave. Might have to make a rotation out of bottom soon.
Yeah, I mean, and so yeah, with the one charges and the regen from the hammer itself and the range drop, 33 is going to have enough to be able to sort of just use the hammer on the tower off cooldown.
Boxy?
Got the catch here onto Baranya. Anyone else coming over? He's able to sidestep the light strike array. Baranya's got the movement speed ahead of the high ground. Up behind the tower, qojqva's in, but the Ravage is out. Meteor Hammer's going to come crashing down as well on top of the telekinesis, isn't it? It's working. Meteor Hammer tide coming in big as 33 stops qojqva from getting aggressive with the exorcism.
First Ravage usage to defend the tower too, and to match that exorcism and protect
very
Skeeter.
much worth. Yeah. Slowing down what qojqva's able to enforce in terms of pressure across the map.
That was a choice that 33 makes. The 33 had two options there too. He could have continued to pressure bottom, but it was a call from his team to make the move to protect.
And look at this, Fogs. You won't believe it, but look at the team that's got the sacks right now.
Oh my lord, you're right.
Mudgolem's taking a big old page out of Liquid's, but they got way more than Liquid. Liquid actually not having anything going right now. I mean, sure they don't. Well, okay, no, they do. They have a little one by the Roshan. But yeah, a lot of creeps prepared there for Skeeter.
That's what Thought has been doing, is the bristle. That's one thing you can't always do with the quills.
That's
get
true.
those multiple stacks.
Hey, now I don't know if that was necessarily. I don't know if it was necessarily the plan when they drafted it, but definitely Fada, you know, being big brain with the tools that he does have, you know, ending up being the one to play the bristle.
Yeah, pretty nice. And Liquid, they can't actually look to invade because of that usage of the Ravage. Liquid, a little bit more of a farming style this game. They have to when they have this PA, when they have this hero, they just have to play a little bit slower pace, go for this Battle Fury build.
Look at the dust on Boxy. Into the combo. He's able to turn, get a cold snap off, but the Laguna's down. A nice tornado. Catches the two of them. He's going to have his invoke back up as well. He's already used the Ghost Walk, though, of course. They're actually going to use the Hawk coming in onto him, making sure the Boxy cannot escape. The Skeeter gets involved in a bit of action.
I like that they're liberal on their ults early game here. Just pop it whenever they can get any type of solo kill. They don't have to deal with any type of big 5-man death ball or anything so much this game. So, yeah, just Ravage for one kill, Haunt for one kill. And 33, yeah, he's just walking to these towers and meteor hammering them. And it's absolutely working.
Yeah, this is... He's able to do so much more than if he went for something any other than the meteor hammer.
Because he's setting up with the meteor hammer.
He's tanky, though. He's very tanky.
But he is way too tanky.
He can just walk away. And yeah, this tier 1 mid is pretty much gone. In fact, yeah, it does go down. The Secret finishes it off. They're able to roll in and take out Milan in return. But there's pressure from 33. I mean, 11 minutes in, they've taken 2 tier 1 towers, pretty much all because of this Tide Hunter with the Meteor Hammer.
Yeah, definitely the right choice for him this game. Wondering to see if he does go for any type of auras for his team this game. If he does want to go for the Greaves, as they do seem very valuable to try to protect these squishier heroes. And he just needs more mana pool, really, as we said. You know, they're playing into the qojqva Invoker, so any arcane boots, they're never a bad purchase this game. Mid Fada. We'll go down.
Dire's middle tower.
So they're gonna have a couple of arcanes online. Milan's nearly got his.
Yeah, that's one of the things that we usually do like to point out, especially when you're playing versus qojqva Invoker. Either have an arcane ring because you get some lucky RNG, or have multiple arcane boots in the fights to try to just make sure that strength heroes can actually play the fights. Liquid, they have a lot of ults coming up right now, and there is no Haunt available for Skeeter. Skeeter's getting some nice time to farm a huge stack right now in the Ancients. Liquid gonna pressure during this.
Yeah, Fada has, I think for the most part, has been Fada making most of these stacks, but he's made a lot of gold here for this Spectre. The Skeeter. Still a little bit behind Mickey, but these stacks should help him keep back up. Mickey's progress as he's just about one sword away from having the Battle Fury, so of course going to be a very good timing on the Battle Fury still.
And he does have quite a bit of enabling for himself too. Like we said, he has the Oracle, of course. There's always going to be the Alacrity in the later stages for this PA. Spectre, he will probably get some itemization from his teammates to buff too.
I'm going to turn with the combo on him, but the False Promise will come out. And will immediately nullify the damage done from that Laguna. That's how we're seeing from Baranya's farm. Yeah, he's going for, as I said, I think we've seen this from him before, the bots into Bloodstone.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
He really likes blood. increased potential inside of the fights to be able to constantly keep going.
Yeah, no, that just the plus 425 health makes all the difference, and a little bit of magic resist it. It does mean that even if it gets jumped, he's going to have the HP to probably survive any sort of initial burst at this early stage, and be able to turn, drop a stun down, and be able to run away.
It really does give you so many different elements. Like it gives you your spell lamp, your magic resist, your health. It gives you everything pretty much that you do want as this Lina. It used to be a build, of course, on the Lina for a long time, just the Bloodstone Rush, but now it's starting to get popularized again. Now they're looking to invade. Ults are back up. Haunt is ready. Tough for Liquid to fight around here into this Ravage. Pretty much impossible. Liquid just wants to play this game, sit back and farm, let the PA get the BKB, let him get the Battle Fury before they actually look into get any straight head-on fights versus this Mudgolems draft.
Radiant's courier has been killed.
The BKB is really going to be the name of the game for Liquid before they look for fights. I kind of want to see like everyone pick it up on their team.
Yeah, I mean,
always so good versus Tide.
Yeah, Mickey for sure. I'd be very surprised if he doesn't go for it immediately after the Battle Fury.
Yeah, I mean, maybe if he's feeling like he's not getting pressured at all in the game, he might still go for his Deso build.
Okay.
But it's really going to be about the timing with their two cores of the BKBs, the Death Prophet as well as the Phantom Assassin. Then that's when they're really going to look to start fighting on Liquid.
I mean, yeah, I guess because he does have the backup of Insania.
Exactly.
There's always the argument to not feel too pressured to buy the defensive items. If you believe.
Yeah, they're not forcing the issues. They're chilling back, letting Mudgolems come at them now for the time being. We'll set up onto mid.
TP reaction coming in from Mudgolems. See how much damage Liquid can get done to this tower. 33 is walking over with the Ravage available. Starting to punch into Quake for a little bit. Getting a little low, but Insania has got False Promise at the ready. So won't fully commit onto him. It's hard for Liquid to push into this with 33 being around and also having a completed mechanism.
Tough to push into Rubik and Lina usually as well too, especially when you have your own heroes as pushers. You know, Milan can get some very nice steals this game. He has one of the better ones right now already with the Crypt Swarm. He's got the double nuke that he can catch. He can catch qojqva off guard. He's still fairly squishy in this game.
It's the farm
about that time though. Yeah, Mickey farming.
Mickey, yeah, they're both getting equal amounts of space. And doing just about the same with it right now.
And he is going for the Deso. He's got it queued up at the moment.
Yeah, you're right.
They're not really forcing too much. He doesn't feel the need for the BKB at the moment.
Sure.
He can still just get away with the farm.
And from what you've been seeing recently, how do you nowadays sort of rate the PA against the Spectre later on? Like, is Spectre still the big spooky late game king, or is PA nowadays, because of these ridiculous crits that you're seeing, now the sort of safer bet?
Radiant's bottom tower.
PA's been looking. It's just because she just kills the support sometimes in one hit. It's just the explosion factor that's too much. Dispersion overall is probably a little more insane just across the board to everybody, but support suffers so much versus PA.
Sure. Yeah, even with the Haunt potential, it's just you're going to be able to kill supports as a Spectre, but yeah, you're right. You're not one-shotting support.
You're not one-shotting them. They can react. They can get a glimmer off. Yeah. They can go Scepter and get away or something like that. PA you just die. A lot of these times that I've seen.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
As it is, though, both teams seemingly content with the passiveness of just letting both of their carries farm freely.
Mudgolems is coming out a bit ahead with all this farm. They are getting a little bit more because Fada is getting all these stacks up. He's even starting to farm the stacks because he's a bristleback. He's able to get these quills going on his ancients. And he's gonna have a blade mail done at some point too on this bristleback. So some of that uncontrollable damage from the Death Prophet will start hurting qojqva back.
Oh, nice one here. Keel up. For the Spectre if he wishes. And what else are we seeing from 33 Archer's mech? He's gonna get that blink. As you know, at the moment their only real initiation being the haunt or a telekinesis. Having this blink ravage is it's going to be very nice. You know, they get in with the blink ravage, and that stun will give them the time to haunt it and kill heroes like the Oracle before Insania is able to do anything.
Radiant's top tower.
Yeah, and him having the blink tag will allow him to always follow up with the hunt, so that I mean he'll catch the Oracle before the Oracle can get an ult. The Ravage AOE is quite massive in comparison to Oracle's level 1 ulti, so if he does get the blink at a pretty decent timing, yeah, and so Insania will have a very hard time getting any ults off.
And I like this as well from Boxy. He had the full vessel queued up, but he kind of realizes this game's slowing down, so he spends it in on the Midas. He's ready, you know, he wants to be able to scale up with the rest of his cores, with his PA.
Scaling will be the name of the game for sure. Smoke coming out. There's a DD rune on for Anya. I mean, the pace of the game is slowing down. They did sneak a Roche in the other game.
I mean, that's the I feel like they could do it because they have the support bristle, right? The goo helps a lot. Not able to find anything with this smoke though. Liquid get themselves away from the triangle.
I think when they have Manta on Spectre, they can just force a Roche on the side of Mudgolems, and I don't know if Liquid can actually react. Until they have BKBs, I don't think Liquid can just head on fight. So I think, yeah, Manta Spectre and just go into the pit. They might actually just start it now.
Yeah, they could definitely go for it with the goo.
Instantly scouted though. But yeah, I don't feel Liquid wants to fight this. They're starting to TP some heroes in the area though.
That should help.
Oh, this is going quickly though. And we're just the level 1 goo. It adds up to about -10 armor. That combo with the DD. And 33 being able to tank this very safely. It's given a good chance to do so. Liquid are able to reach in time.
Going in.
They're in with the roll. Roshan is very, very low. Brian looks to finish it. They'll be able to do so. As the Lina takes the kill and the Aegis. Brian gets both. They've lost Fada, but they won't mind that as long as they can get everyone else out of there. But Liquid's chasing on. There'll be a buyback from Fada. Forced out with the Deafening Blast on Boranya. They'll turn with the burst onto the Rubik. Milan, he'll go down. The Ravage is there though. It's caught qojqva. Meteor Hammer comes crashing down as well, but he's able to dodge both the hammer and the slide strike away with his own Yules. It doesn't matter though. As soon as he comes back down, Mudgolems have the damage to take qojqva out. As Mudgolems make the call, they commit for the pit. Liquid able to get there in time, but Baranya, he seals the deal. Gets the kill, and he's able to get that Aegis. Doesn't even lose it in that attempt of a fight from Liquid. He's able to come out with it intact.
This should make my life easier.
I'm surprised they actually went to try to fight when they're versus the Ravage. It feels very hard without BKB. Mickey, he couldn't contribute at all. It was literally just qojqva and Taiga just running in and starting that fight. They almost killed Skater. It actually almost was worth it for Liquid. If they got the Spectre, it might have been pretty close for them. Yeah, Mudgolem's coming out just a bit ahead there on this.
We see actually as well, Mickey, he is going to go. He's decided back on the BKB, maybe just because of the way some of these fights are going, and Liquid realizing that they can't really just get rolled over in each of these engagements because they are falling behind overall. 4k lead right now from Mudgolems and into the Aegis. And Mickey's got to be able to commit onto these supports without maybe the need of Insania having to look to save him, whereas most of these situations, qojqva's probably going to be the one that needs to be false promised the most.
Yeah, that is definitely true. They're also going to have a good double BKB timing since he did go for the BKB now. qojqva's about
trying to set up onto Skeeter.
They only have the 3 though.
Yeah, that's not going to happen. They'll force some TPs in. So we'll get the reaction from, in fact, the entire team of mudgolems. So it does give McKay the safety of farming on his side, and we'll manage to find that sentry there, so unblock the ancients.
Yeah, I'm not sure. Did you actually? I didn't even point that. I didn't even notice that. That was blocked the whole time. The whole sentry duration.
It was, yeah. That was just about to expire. That was a
very long duration.
I mean,
him not being able to farm ancients.
And we've seen sort of how much ancients are valued, nowadays by these cores, and I think that 4K lead that mudgolems has, a big bit of that is that they've had free control of their ancients, and Liquid having a massive period of time where they didn't have access to theirs.
Yeah, and they did see Mickey farming up top for a second. 33 has ravaged in a second, but they've got the stun set up.
See if they've got the damage. Mickey having to put the BKB, and he's going for the TP out. No messing around from him. He knows that he's under a huge threat from these two. At the same time, down bottom, qojqva's moving in. What stout? They're onto it. Stadium speeds in with the Ravage onto the three of them, and Stadium's out. qojqva and Boxy, they've got to run. qojqva's not going to get the chance to do so. Milan lifts him up, holds him back, and then moving on for more. 33 in with a blink. Dagger out onto Boxy. He has the ghost walk. They've got any detection on the front lines. Woo, he's trying for the blind meteor hammer, but Boxy's too speedy. He will escape. But again, some good fights here from mudgolems, just holding their own. 33 coming in with these ravages, and Liquid just aren't ready to fight into this right now. Mudgolems, without a doubt, just having the stronger heroes and progress at this 23-minute mark.
This Ravage is just—it's too much of a problem with them without them having the double BKBs. They have the timing now. qojqva does have it, but that last fight, they got baited by that bristle. They got baited by the 5 bristles super hard.
And found another hit. Skeeter cleaning up the massive amounts of damage. He kicks off with those illusions. It's just another catch. 8-7, close on the kills, but the gold lead really amping up for mudgolems, and same to be said for the XP, reaching towards a 10k XP advantage. Mudgolems just doing quite a bit more than Liquid's able to achieve right now.
Yeah, they're always able to fight whenever Ravage is up. It's just been Liquid constantly having to avoid everything here. And a couple times now, Fada has just baited them into some bad situations. They're trying to get aggressive on him a couple times, and they don't get the kill, and they get turned on. Yeah. And again, Fada.
They can't kill him. 3 heroes trying to go for Fada. And qojqva, he turned. He turned straight back into them.
qojqva's just dead.
And now they're going to lose more. Instania, he's been chased out. 33's coming in from the side as well. Boxy's been dusted. He's got the movement speed to break out of there, so he'll live.
There you go.
qojqva just not able to back off in time, sort of awkwardly turning around back towards the side of mudgolems, as mudgolems jump on him immediately, and it does result in once more the Fada bristle. The sexy bristleback just baiting Liquid's attention in. They're getting drawn in every time by him.
I'm not sure why they keep going for him. That's like the second or third time now that I've seen Fada he just walks into them, and then they're like, oh, let's go for him. But they don't have a way to actually break him or kill him.
Hey, Boxy will be able to cancel TP at Boranya. That's something.
Fada? It's just in right now. 5-position bristle, it's level working. 14.
It really is. Just a cloak and a blade mount, that's all he needs. That's all he needs. And he's already very hard for Liquid to kill. Like they
same level as their cores. He's the same level as qojqva. Higher level than Boxy, who has a Midas.
Yeah, I mean, that's just Fada things, He comes in on these heroes, you don't know what to expect, and he shows you the good stuff there.
Tiger, he'll be spotted. Milan and Fada, they have the bots coming in as well.
Oh, some ball-on-ball action hit. They roll on towards each other, and they found Tiger. Mudgolems. They keep doing it. They keep doing it here this game. 7k lead. And Liquid, they're struggling. Liquid sort of in the position that mudgolems were last game. They're just falling further and further behind, and very hard really to see what Liquid can do, at least until Mickey turns up. All of this has been going on with Mickey having very little involvement. He's been focused on the farm, and he is, of course, sticking far ahead of anyone else again this game. Easily 2k above the rest of the heroes in action. And the items are there. BKB, Deso, and Basher. So, even though mudgolems do have this 8k lead, still yet to see Liquid fight with their carry.
Tower is under attack.
Yeah, and he is in his levels. He's about to hit level 20, so he's still the highest level in the game by a decent margin. So he's doing a good job. His other cores though are starting to fall pretty far behind, and when you're playing versus Spectre, it is a bit scary when your cores start to get this far behind, because their game just gets that much harder.
Bottom tower is under attack.
And qojqva, just a few mistakes as this Death Prophet now have really costed him. He's fairly fragile now versus the front line. And yeah, Insania just has such a hard time in this game being able to be in the right position to get these saves. Just versus 33, versus this Blink level 3 Ravage now too. It's gonna catch him. It's gonna hit him in the backlines.
I'm gonna try and jump Fodder again. Bombs out, Fodder's still alive. Insania's been got up on by Skeeter. He's able to take him out. On the back of it, this time Mickey's turning up. Mickey's ready to help out Liquid in these fights. Jumps over towards Skeeter. They're running down the Spectre. Mickey's going to be able to find it. Another kill for the PA. Ravage comes off to the side. Did it hit anyone at all?
No, he didn't blink.
Radiant are scanning.
They have to full distance. Yeah, they got out, thankfully, with 2 of their heroes, but he didn't blink. I think Skeeter was dead already anyway, though, but a floor Ravage coming out at the ideal moment for Liquid. This is the place they needed to come in.
Yeah, Mickey turns up. Oh, and it's over.
Did he get an Orb of Destruction?
He got an Orb of Destruction, the PA. Mickey's got an Orb of Destruction coming out.
I don't think he hit him on the side. I'm actually going to watch it again on
Let's have a look. Let's have a look.
Maybe a ghost clipped him, or did like Taiga clip him with a magnetizer?
qojqva was around, but I don't know.
I think he just floor ravaged, honestly. I didn't see anything hit him. But...
What stops the blink?
He just floor ravaged.
Oh.
A little bit of a slip up. And Skeeter looked like he was already dead though, so Liquid.
Yeah, I don't think there was any. I think even if he did get in and land that Ravage, I don't think it would have changed that fight. It was too late.
No.
Too late. But yeah, they even though mudgolems have held quite the lead, it definitely feels like some PA things might end up happening this game.
Yep.
He's got the Orb of Destruction, he's got Bash, Deso, BKB, Battle Fury. He's very, very farmed.
And they've got the BKBs on all the cores now. You know, the Invoker, the Death Prophet, the PA, they have BKB, and they also are about to have BKB on Taiga too. So they're starting to really get those items kicking in to counteract the Tidehunter. And Skeeter, he's got to be very careful with his position.
I mean, they get on top of them with Mickey. He's popping the Manta preemptively too. This is going to give them the opportunity to get in on him. The TPs, they're coming in immediately. They have to. They've got to protect Skeeter from this PA. They'll turn onto the Mickey. Mickey able to jump onto the side towards Instania. 33 is going to try and charge him down. Root will hold him back for now. Look at the Boxy. I mean, Mickey will still be happy to fight this if he finds good targets to jump into.
Tiger going in.
Goes with the Tornado. Tiger getting Laguna deep high at the tier 2 tower. He'll fall. Farah still trying to catch the attention of Liquid. 33, no Ravage for 25 seconds. Liquid still on the retreat. mudgolems continue to chase. Haunt out as well as Skeeter. He'll look for Insania. He's in with the dagger. Boxy pushing back the 2 of them with the deafening blast. Haunt will come to an end, but the Manta pot. Skeeter staying on top of Insania. qojqva's got the Extras charging in. 33 blinks forward. The BKBs are out. They turn. They're taking out Skeeter. Mickey, he's now over to 33. 1,600 damage crits coming out here with this Deso and Orb of Destruction. And it really does feel that this PA might just be too big of an issue for mudgolems, as Mickey is having no trouble carefully moving around the fights, finding the kills that he wants, and they're not killing him. He's going to go for the Satanic next. Once he has this Satanic, the stun control probably isn't going to be enough time to actually burst through him either. this PA is a huge issue for Mudgolems, despite the lead that Mudgolems has had for pretty much the whole of this mid game.
He's just way too big. With Satanic, he's going to be literally unkillable. I like that he switches from the Abyssal Blade choice, and just a very overcommitted chase. Skeeter, look how low he is when he starts getting this chase. 1300 HP, he's still committing, 0 mana as well on him. His teammates are still just struggling to catch back up. Milan is all the way in the back. The fight's over before they even get to the position to help Skeeter. Just way too much of an over chase coming out from Mudgolems. And yeah, Mickey, you know, like we said a lot of times for Liquid, they do sometimes just put the eggs in the basket of Mickey. He's delivering again here. And qojqva too. He's definitely had really good rotations and good recovery coming in with his exorcisms, as he has struggled a little bit in this game.
Skeeter could have gone into the pit. I mean, they've got Ravage.
No exorcism, I guess, and they have Ravage.
I think at this point, though, with Mickey as farmed as he is, he's still happy to fight even into these ults, but they might not get there in time because they're doing it quickly, Mudgolems. And Liquid, they're not going to be able to make a move in time, so Mudgolems will get away with this. Aegis and Cheese going to be both. Yeah, okay, Skidder is going to pass the Cheese over to Boranya.
He might need it himself on the Spectre as well. Boranya's had a tough time actually getting into position in the fights, but just for now, having it like this is good, and he is very survivable on the Spectre. He also does have the 3x greater Fairy Fire as well, that I feel like we see every time on these Spectres. It's a good timing here for Mudgolems, if they can find some type of pickoffs. Mickey got a lift on him.
He's out. A very early false promise will be used, though, as now Skeeter, he's ready to punish this. Turns over to Insania. Tiger. I mean, they're looking at Mickey, but Mickey's too elusive. They try and get Tiger. Tiger with the roll, the way the dagger's coming. Ooh! He tries to roll once more, but the dagger gets him.
So being on mid, they see Boxy. They're going to try to cut him off here. Push the wave in as well, as we did see Liquid immediately when that was all happening. They went straight to the lanes to push them out. Boxy still being stalked. Milan TP'ing on the outpost.
Back for him. I mean, are they able to read where he is? The dust is going to get him. Milan. Oh, that's a very impressive looking catch. Yeah, I mean, it forces a BKB charge out, at least on the way out. That's not a nice attempt there from Milan. Reading the direction, he would go perfectly with that blink dust.
Here we see another item. We've seen this a couple of times for the Invokers. Just all about Mickey, all about boosting that PA. Alacrity and Solar Crest now always going to be thrown onto Mickey in the fights.
And he's just 700 away from having this. Well, no, just 200 away. This wave will give it to him. He's going to have the Satanic done. And yeah.
He's about to be 25 too, yeah.
Because this is the big problem now. That for Skeeter, his game in these last few fights, he's dying. You know, when Mickey finds this Spectre, sort of one crit is easily a third of Skeeter's HP.
And they're making the move on to Skeeter. He doesn't have Haunt either.
And Mickey's
teammates are very far away. He can die twice here very easily.
This is some very aggressive pushing from Skeeter. That's once, and they're trying to get over here. So they're able to do so in time, but he's dead. He is dead. And now the rest of Mudgolems, they've not got much options other than trying to run. As we're seeing,
he was so far from his team.
I guess you should say just overestimating how long he could live and what he could do with that Aegis. But that's the Aegis wasted. And down bottom, Liquid, they're not done. They know that Mudgolems came down here to try and help him. Ooh, Tiger nearly finding Milan. Boranya's still in the area, but
that's huge. That he's just so far away from his whole team, and there's no outpost or anything for them to TP to. He's just, that's way too aggressive of a positioning for the Spectre. Liquid identify and punish instantly. And now that window where Mudgolems had, it's completely gone.
It really is. DD's in the river.
There's a DD bottom. Oh my god. Of course.
And it really is that. It's just that if you look at the sort of the last 10 minutes of this game and how it's been going for Mickey and how it's been going for Skeeter, it's like, when does that ever change now? Mickey's been having such a good time. 505. They've never been able to kill him. And Skeeter, he has just been dying back to back now as the Spectre. Yeah, well, when is he ever going to get himself into a... And look, they use the Sunshine Vision. That has got oh my goodness.
Oh, he just died. He didn't pop EKB.
Oh my goodness. What the hell was that? That was so liquid. Hey, guys, I'm going to Sunstrike high ground so you can dive for tier 3 for a kill. Great idea, Boxy. Oh, damn it, I'm dead.
But it's someone, it's Mickey probably making the call. Yo, all I need is vision. I'm gonna one-shot somebody, right? And then they do it, and he doesn't.
Oh no!
And he just gets instantly disabled. No hesitation though for mudgolems to throw all the spells onto him.
I mean, of course not.
Okay.
He just had a PA jump the high ground incredibly unnecessarily.
But sometimes you panic, you know. Sometimes they could have just blinked away and panicked, but they didn't. And now they can push.
That was pretty wild. That was one of the wildest things I've seen Liquid do. Yeah. Damn, Mudgolems has got a shot. They're hitting him mid. They're hitting him mid. Oh, guess he comes down.
You did curse him. You know, you were saying he wasn't having any problems in the game.
I did. Master's Curse is at its finest, without a doubt. I mean, a flawless game, and then one of the most questionable players we've seen in a while.
Now Vrax, they are able to hold it though. They're able to push them off, minus the catapult as well. And
alright, well they won't be doing that again. They will not be doing that again. There'll be no more Sunstriking on the high ground to just blindly jump in.
Did we get a camera shot of them when they switched to that there for a second? I feel like
yeah, if we had to play a camera,
that one would not have been a liquid pop-off.
I want to see even Mickey. I want to see Boxy's because I'm sure he must be laughing. I'm sure you can't.
He definitely did chuckle.
Oh, just look at that. I mean, who do you think is making the... You reckon that's Mickey screaming, oh, go, give vision, I'll jump. You think that's Mickey?
It has to be. Yeah. It has to be.
It's not Boxy going, hey, Mickey.
That's insane.
It's insane, yeah. I mean, he's still just very focused. He's very focused. And, yeah. Well, they won't do that again, as I say. I mean, I say that, it's Liquid. You never know. They probably will do it again.
He's probably literally just telling them, like, yo, just chill. Like, we literally free-killed an Aegis. Like, why are we doing this? Just wait for the next Roche and fight around there. That's where our strength lies. I mean, literally just had the best situation happen for them before that, so.
And that is the thing. They really are still, this PA's, Mickey's that incredibly strong.
Oh, but look at this.
What we got?
Fada, he picks up the Illusionist Cape. So Illusionist Cape now for Skeeter.
Very nice.
And he gets his Scott he picked up, and he has a cheese too. So I mean, Skeeter is also still very strong.
That should help.
His farm not where he wants it to be, but even just with this.
You take the Wheel of Shack on the Lena, yeah? Yeah, look at that. 3,800 HP Lena. You've got all the mana still to work within the world. That's a tanky Lena. That's a very tanky Lena. That's a lot of HP.
That's a lot of damage too. MKB finished after that plate mill. He can actually hold his ground and hit now.
Yeah, they can kill Mickey now. They get the stuns on him with this Lena and Spectre punching into him.
Yep.
Illusion.
They most definitely can.
Oh, Spell Prism.
Spell Prism and a time. Oh my god, they got like the best tier 4 items.
Some lovely ones, right? Who's taking the Timeless Relic? I mean, there's a few that want this.
Is it to Tide or is it to Rubik?
And does Baranya still want the Shaco over the Prism and the Timeless Relic? Because both of those items are obviously very nice on Lena.
I feel like they're better on the Rubik and the Tide, though. I think Rubik Timeless, Rubik Timeless Relic and the Spell Prism for Tide.
Yeah,
CDR is too good.
Yeah, with it, the Ravage cooldown, Spell Prism is very, very good. Yeah. Right, well. In fact, just a 1k difference here.
Yeah. And what did Liquid get? They got an Illusionist Cape, they got a Leveler, and a Minotaur Horn and a Ninja Gear. Okay, Ninja Gear is a pretty big one too. I feel like that's always an item that's undervalued. Just amazing for initiations.
Oh, who's taking it? No one.
Taiga has it at the moment.
I got the full Oxarine on qojqva, yeah. So.
Yeah, both teams still hitting these big item timings. It's still very even on net worth, and
yeah, it's still just that Spectre factor against what they have against the PA. I mean, at this point, really, because of Baranya's build, he is, without a doubt, the bigger threat to the PA. So with the MKB, he can tear through the PA. So
yeah, I think he might now be the main focus target in the fights.
You got it.
This Lina.
Yeah, this Lina's definitely much more of a threat than Spectre right now, with the way that Skeeter's game has fallen off a bit. You know, still very fun, but you know, just not quite at the point where he's standing toe to toe with Mickey.
Roche does come back up. Gonna kill the courier there. Nice scouting there with the Shivas. Boxy Ghost Walk just scouting, getting some information on the high ground. Constant ninja gears coming out from Taiga to scout stuff out. Ward on the high ground, so Liquid has better information around here.
Radiant's turret has been killed.
Boxy just fed his urn. What? Okay. No, I mean, I guess he doesn't want the urn anymore. I mean, he doesn't need it. So he just put it on the courier and set it in.
Okay. They're both just trying to get... both teams are just scouting with couriers like crazy right now around the pit. DD for Skeeter.
All right, he's starting to go for the Roshan. Well, at least having a bit of a poke at it. Both teams with the ultimates.
Wrap around. Yeah. They look like that. Mudgolems is going to be the team that goes for the big wraparound. Is Liquid going to be aware of this with their positioning? Oracle, Insania starting to, and also Mickey, he breaks the smoke. They're covering all their bases here, making sure they keep that high ground advantage. But here comes Skeeter with the DD.
Tiger's going to start things with the rolling straight away. They get the MP Tornado down in the midst of it. Jump forward. Mickey coming in with a BKB, trying to get rid of the 33 before any Ravage can come out. And the 2700 cripple lands to it. Now jumps down towards Baranya. Baranya's got the BKB, but the physical damage is too much. Mickey gets the double. Now over to Skeeter. Skeeter's being focused. Skeeter's pops the cheese, but he's being focused down. He's trying to run. Mickey kind of sticking to the side. He's a little worried at these buybacks that have come out. Ravage is still available. 33, is he going to be able to find a chance to get in? He's smoked up right now. He's heading over. Mickey tries to jump in. They've got the lift up. Have they got any follow-up lockdown onto Mickey? 33 still has the availability for the Blink Ravage. Liquid is beginning to retreat. And understandably so. That was a lot of resources Mudgolems have used there. 3 buybacks coming out from Mudgolems. They're going to move towards Roshan because they feel like they obviously have to find something with these buybacks. But this still could absolutely be contested by Liquid.
They have Ravage and there's no BKBs on the side of Liquid right now.
Okay, he's in.
Because it's in.
He's just committed straight away. It's looking over towards Fada. The MP will force them to back away. Some of the mana will get burnt. Mickey. Actually, no, that was the stolen EMP. It was the stolen EMP. It took away all of Mickey's mana. Milan's made it very hard for Mickey to jump around right now. Now comes the OG EMP from Boxy. But Mickey is dead. Buys back. They're looking to get into this pit. Tiger, he's going for the rolling, but the kill, it's going to be Mudgolems as well as the Aegis. As Mudgolems, they claim it all from the Roche pit.
Now up to the high ground. Can they get a grab? They get Boxy.
Boxy. Is there going to be any help for him? He's got the Minotaur horn. Trying to run, but Mudgolems are chasing. Still has the BKB ice wall down. So, the 33 is actually going to Ravage onto qojqva, but there's no follow-up jump from Mickey. He's in the midst of it. He's going to turn over towards 33, try to finish up his side. Now he looks towards Skeeter. The bashes are there. Skeeter being focused, and they bring him down the ports. Then it's in 33, puts a refreshing gun. The stick of Ravage, the chainstone. Mickey's out. Is it die back on the PA? As now,
they're still strong.
He's got the BKB and the exorcism for quite a bit more. Boxy, he's being focused. They're good at that, but they protect him. It doesn't matter. 33's in with the anchor smash. Boxy buys back. 33 dies. So 2 heroes on one hero on either side, both out of the game for 2 minutes. No buyback.
Mudgolem's much stronger right now, though, rallying around the Spectre and the Lina. Having no PA is going to be hard, and Death Prophet, no ult now. It's going to be wearing off in a second here.
They're just forcing in, taking these barracks. And get the range.
Radiant structures.
Melee as well by the looks of it. Glyph will buy some time for Liquid to try and defend these rags. qojqva just getting gone on completely. Instead of having to use the force bombs, they're going to put the horn jump over towards Boxy. Boxy, he's dead. That's a dieback on him as well. Out for 2 minutes. qojqva and Insane are trying to scramble their way back towards the base. They're just going to ignore the Mudgolems. They're looking to try and close the game. They're onto the tier 4s. Tiger's going to be up in a few seconds. Still a minute without Mickey. As Mudgolems
Middle tower has fallen.
and pushing on quite for 30 seconds until Exorcism. qojqva still a very strong frontliner here, forcing Mudgolems to change their attention away from the tier 4s and look for the more achievable targets. Go for the racks. Repair kits slowing them down as well. The control over to the side. Insane is going to be kicked away by Tiger. Beautiful save. Keeps Insane living as Insane is going to be able to make it back to the fountain. Tiger takes Laguna to the face. He'll fall. Tiger's out and down. Skeeter getting very low right now. That magnetizer
dropping.
will force them to back. So Liquid, they aren't going to be able to, well, maybe not. There's still 25 seconds, no Mickey. And Baranya, he pushes fast.
Radiant's courier has been
Tier 4's down. Ancient exposed.
He actually jumped back to the base just now. So they won't have this Spectre for a bit.
Okay.
And yet these Spirit Siphons are pushing up. He's got Exorcism.
They've got to back off now, the Mudgolems. They've got to be happy with what they got. And they did get a decent amount. Mid-racks, tier 4s. Weren't able to end the game, but certainly coming in with a big hit onto Liquid down that middle lane. A lot of buybacks coming out.
Definitely seeing that the BKB is going to have to be really crucial for Mickey when he does use it. It's running low. That's 6 seconds. It's not enough for him to just actually focus down and kill all these targets. They're getting a bit too tanky for him. The Ravages, the control, it's starting to get there for him. qojqva is actually the one starting to do a lot of that dirty work.
Yeah.
He's starting to clean up heroes inside of the fight, but yeah, Mickey.
I mean, now it's
He needs to finish up Abyssal too. He's got it pretty much done, but he's having a lot of trouble just killing these targets during BKB.
No, it is at that point now. One good smoke movement onto the enemy carry, enemy core really at this stage. Will probably give you a good shot winning the game. Definitely so for Mudgolems without already having that free access down the mid lane. But with them, you know, it was 7 heroes right now having their buybacks on cooldown. There's quite the window for Liquid to find something, or Mudgolems, either team. To do something. Yeah, Daedalus on Baranya.
Oh my god.
Yeah, they've got to really worry out for this thing, you know. Baranya is able to stand his ground and punches the PA, which for the most part he's been able to do. He's 5-1 and 13. You know, they haven't been able to kill this Lina. Baranya is really putting in the work right now and sort of picking up where Skeeter sort of fell behind.
They just have so many different ways to protect him now at this point. And the build that he's, like we said, he goes through this box build every game on this Lina, as we've seen, and it works out because of the way he can position himself in the fights. And they just keep throwing buffs onto him, protecting him. Same being said for Liquid. They finish up the Abyssal Blade on Mickey now, so he has a better form of way of controlling it, sticking on Baranya. And yeah, it's all up to who kills one of those heroes, who gets the better jump,
who's able to
those buybacks.
Who can get that kill?
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
Who's able to start the fight with a quick catch? And Liquid
trying to get a wrap around. The dagger does come out though anyway. They do have the obs in the sentry down, so they did see Boxy.
Sunstrike to set up some vision. Lift up on qojqva. Tiger, he's going to roll in. He's going to roll in very, very deep. Trying to get vision for Mickey to find his target. Mickey has. Stripping over with Baranya. Tornado coming out. A bit of an awkward time. At the same time, Mickey tries to commit with the BKB. So that will break up the fight in a way that's kind of forcing Liquid to back off.
At least it's during the same time that the hunt happened, because that was a very awkward initiation during the BKB. And now the lift does come out.
Got to be careful of 33 and his Ravages. It's 33's Ravage will be the setup to get some of these kills. Mickey, for a bit of a risky TP out there. Does make it away. So does Insania. Get themselves away from Mudgolems. And Mudgolems are going to try and push it down the mid.
No Haunt available, but they have this big Ravage.
Yeah.
Feeling confident, and there's no Death Prophet ult on qojqva. They're starting to feel that that's that big element that Liquid has been using a lot of times in the fight. 15 seconds on Mika's BKB too. The Spirit Siphons are also still a big thing that they do have to deal with. It's not just the Exorcism, really. The Spirit Siphons this late game, since it's that percent-based damage, it's really doing the majority. On these tanky front lines, this Bristleback, this Tide, this Spectre. Liquid inching away. Buying a full refresher now for qojqva, so he's all in. He has no buyback either now.
Okay. I mean, yeah, he did have it before. Yeah, his was not one of the ones on cooldown, but...
It's such a strong refresher on Death Prophet. Refreshes, you know, Shiva's BKB gives him all 4 of his Spirit Siphon charges back as well on top of that Exorcism. So it's really that.
Probably going to die to one little crit from PA. Crystal, you're going to have a chance to live.
You're gonna get a chance to live and get all your items off to protect your teammates. You know, Lotus Orb, particularly on the Spectre. Lotus Orb is huge because it reflects, you know, reflecting that Spirit Siphon. If they can get it off, that's gonna counteract a lot of qojqva. Liquid getting aggressive here. It's just an illusion to the Skeeter though. But they have an idea of where he is because of where that cape came from, or where the Manta came from. Taiga steps up the lift. They don't want to initiate on this one though. They want to try to get some more information of where Insania is first.
Dire's middle tower has fallen.
Both teams just very hesitant to make a move. The buybacks all are starting to kick back in.
Yeah.
10 seconds for Mika. Spectre. Skeeter does have his at the ready, so they do have buyback haunts if the fights do kick off.
Bottom tower is under attack.
Yeah, I mean, that's, of course, still the big strength that the Spectre does have against anyone else. That buyback haunt, you have to take that into account now at this stage. It's absolutely going to be used every time to... I mean, how do you sort of play around that sort of knowledge that if you do commit onto the Spectre first, she's just going to be back for round 2 immediately?
Definitely have to look for the other targets. You have to find this Lina first. That's always going to be the case, I feel, for Liquid, is find Baranya, because he's really starting to be a big problem in those back lines. He hits super hard.
Dire are scanning.
Level 25 now on Rubik too, so these lifts, they've already been pretty annoying, pretty scary for the side of Liquid. The duration, of course, with that Timeless Relic. Now he's going to have them much more frequently. Every 10 seconds, he has like a 3-4 second lift. And with, you know, with these BKBs really ticking low on the side of Liquid, any type of extra control that Mudgolems does have, it's going to be huge.
Oh, dude. You know what? You know what's going to be great? What if we get 60 minutes? And what if we get the Ballista on Lina?
I mean, that would be insane. That would be pretty insane on him, yeah.
And that Ballista Lina could happen. Stay tuned, folks.
What if Mika gets an Ex Machina and then all of his items are refreshed every time he wants to go, and, you know, BKB,
that's pretty good on it.
Everything. There's a lot of really big game-changing items that could come out in the next... if we hit that 60-minute mark. But Rapier's online. Liquid doesn't want it to get to that mark.
Where we go. Mika.
He's got the ninja gear too.
You get that leveler in. That's qojqva. He's gonna start scouting things out.
They want to see the Lina.
Mika's
gonna wait for positioning.
There's the Lina showing. Mika. Is he able to get the jump in? He's gonna go in Baranya. He's gonna be with the Abyssal Baranya. Rapier, he's down. Mickey finds the target thanks to Boxy setting up with the vision from his Sunstrike. 33 also falling as the Rapier comes in big. Buyback's coming out from the two of them straight away. As Roshan is up, and Mudgolems, they're going to want to try and fight Liquid around this, but we're seeing that the power of this Rapier picked up absolutely necessary with the game as it is right now, and allows them to do just that. Get on Lina and get Piranha out of action. Without doing this, they lose every fight.
I love with the ninja gear too, so he can't always find the positioning. Skeeter, he's committing in.
Coming in, reach out to the side, Tiger's out. Woo! 4,500 damage!
What the?
4,500 damage, boys and girls!
Alacrity, Solar Crest, everything. Holy moly, he has buyback and hunt. He's gonna wait for the opportunity. My God, just disappeared.
That's a big crit. That's a big juicy crit right there. Vada. He's stepping in. Hawk's gonna come out. They're trying to get into the pit. Roshan's down, and Mickey, he's been able to pick up the Aegis. Aegis on the PA. She's refresher shot. Axe on the floor. Mickey jumps over towards 33. He's able to get the Rampage off, but he's gonna go down. Mickey burns low by the E-Blade, but the false promise from his side comes this way, keeps him alive. He's able to turn, get some lifesteal off as he takes out Piranha. 2 cores down now without buyback. Mickey over to Skeeter. Skeeter, he fought back for this. He's almost certainly gonna go down too. He's trying to juke his way up. Pops the refresher to jump out with the horn. He's jumping around. He's trying to get away, and it's going to work. Skeeter, no, it's not. Your Scepter's out. They found him. qojqva's got the control. Pots the man to Skeeter, still on the run, trying to escape, but a dagger comes flying in from Mickey. There's 4 dead on Mudgolems, 3 of them without buyback.
They did it.
I think they've done it here, Liquid.
Let's see what Fada's going to do. Fada going to try to hit the... Fada is going to go try to hit the base right now. Go, Fada.
Wait, what?
It's the only option he has.
Fada with the base
They
rest.
can't do anything else.
Let's go, base.
He's going to try. He's going to bring it on, Tiger. He's going to drop some items, too. He knows that this game is
Here we go. He's going for the base race.
some fun.
Going for the base. Come on. Sell all your items. Buy Deso Necro Book. Let's go.
He's gonna.
Let's go. Let's go. Deso. There it is. There it is. Fada's doing it.
He lines Bob back.
Fada is trying.
Oh, no, he got kicked in the fountain.
Oh, no. Here we go. Deso. He's trying. Fada's dead.
Oh, but they're...
Fada's dead.
Fada.
The tier 4's falling. Liquid. They'll close this one up. Celebratory false promise for Mickey. As Liquid have done it.